We will see the emission regulations and emission control technologies for a diesel vehicle. So most of the things are the emissions are related to the diesel because we use DOC, DPF, SCR, or LNT. Reducing the emission in the diesel is most challenging than the gasoline. So in the case of gasoline, we use only the catalytic converter, but in the case of diesel, we use multiple strategies. And again, diesel vehicle is categorized into light duty diesel vehicle, heavy duty diesel vehicle, and off highway diesel vehicle. We will see all the three type of vehicle. Respect to that, we will see the emission regulations and also how the how the emissions are getting reduced and what are the technologies that they use for a diesel vehicle. First one is the light duty diesel emission regulations and control technologies. So this is the difference between BS4 and BS6, where you reduce nitrogen oxide emission by 30% or 3 times you're going to reduce. You see, the nitrogen oxide emission is 250 milligram per kilometer in the case of BS4, and you need to reduce to that to 80 milligram per kilometer. Similarly, you also need to reduce the particulate matter emission and the particulate number basically. And this is the type 1, and you call the other type of test called onboard diagnostic, where you also need to reduce carbon monoxide and the total hydrocarbon as well. So looking back at the addition of hydrocarbon and nitrogen oxide emission, which put together it's coming at the 300 milligram per kilometer for the case of BS4, but now it should be 170. So looking back, the main target is to reduce nitrogen oxide emission. Next is to reduce the particulate matter, and also you also need to reduce the hydrocarbon. But in specific, they have not given the value, but it is mixed along with nitrogen oxide emission. So these are different strategies that we use for a light duty diesel vehicle. We use NOx storage catalyst plus catalyst soot filter, which will reduce the particulate matter emission. So we have seen DPF as diesel particulate filter. So DPF can also be replaced with the catalyst soot filter. What the principle remains same between DPF and the CSF. So here also we use three type of catalyst: platinum, palladium, and rhodium. And we have seen the SCR where we normally use for a normal application DOC, DPF, or CSF and SCR. You can either use DPF or CSF. Both remains, the structure remains same. There is no difference. In sometimes it is called DPF or sometimes it is called CSF. But the working principle remains same between DPF and CSF. And in the case of advanced SCR, you also have additional technology where you reduce the nitrogen oxide emission. So here, what you are going to do with the help of advanced SCR is you are going to add ammonia slip catalyst after SCR. So after this, you are going to add ASC, ammonia slip catalyst, where it will further reduce the ammonia. It will reduce the nitrogen oxide emission. So these are the different configurations that we have for Euro 6 diesel and Euro 7 diesel basically. So this is the final configuration for Euro 6 diesel for a light duty diesel vehicle. DOC we have SCR advanced one, where it is nothing but SCR along with ammonia slip catalyst. Whereas again in future regulation norms, basically in Euro 7, what we will be doing is we will be going with similar applications where SCR will also present along the AAC, but the ammonia slip catalyst, the efficiency will be much more higher than what is being used in Euro 6 basically. So we will do different type of testing to ensure that the NOx emission is going to get reduced, hydrocarbon emission is going to get reduced. So we do world light harmonized test cycle, we do real driving test, emission test, So we do all the testing to ensure that we are going to we are not going to compromise on the durability point of view. So next one is the heavy duty diesel emission regulation and emission control technologies. So here what we are going to do is we have again here also we are going to reduce NOx emission. You can see between Euro 4 and Euro 6 or BS4 to BS6, and apart from the NOx, what is challenging is we also need to reduce the particulate matter almost half times, and hydrocarbon also you have to reduce. Okay? Because of heavy duty diesel vehicle. And this is the steady state testing condition. This is the transient testing condition. So transient testing condition is the one where we are going to test the vehicle in the running condition. And when the vehicle is running in running condition, you test it using transient, and when the running is in the steady state, you make it this the steady state testing condition. So even you do the engine test, transient cycle test, to ensure that the carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, NOx, particulate matter is within the limit. So when you compare between the Euro 4 or Euro 6 or BS4 to BS6, you can see the total hydrocarbon is much more lesser, and also NOx is also lesser. So the challenge is always to reduce uh, NOx and also the hydrocarbon. So the configuration what we are going for this Euro 6 is we go with DOC plus DPF plus SCR. We have different type of SCR again. Iron SCR, copper SCR, and we have ammonia slip catalyst. So we will see what is the difference between iron SCR and the copper SCR. We will see the difference or vanadium SCR. If you are going for the EGR type, we go with the copper-based SCR. If you do not have the EGR, basically we go with the EGR type, because I have shown you the configuration to EGR type. So when you're going with this type, we use copper-based SCR technologies. Similar to India, even China is also having China stage 3, China stage 5, like what we have BS4, BS5, and BS6. So BS4 is nothing but China stage 3 in China, and BS6 in India is nothing but China stage 4 in China. Even they also follow the similar legislative norms in China. So coming back to the last category called off-road vehicle emission regulation. Again, this is applicable for a tractor basically. This the term we call tractor emission norms. It's nothing but term. So again, this tractor is having different capacity of the vehicle, ranging between different capacity, like in the terms of horsepower, between 37 to 75, 56 to 174. You have different ranges basically, and depending upon the range and the power of the tractor, you have this term which is nothing but tractor emission. You need to achieve this tractor emission 4 and 5. Because of term 4, you need to achieve it in this current year, in the month of October 2020. Here again, the target is to reduce the nitrogen oxide. You can see the nitrogen oxide emission.
Arun,
You need to reduce this.
Arun.
Yes, sir.
ஒரு 2 minutes க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாமா?
ஓகே சார், ஓகே.
ஏன்னா 1 ஹவருக்கு மேல ஆயிடுச்சு.
ஓகே
பாருங்க.
ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே, ஒரு 8:10 க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
ஓகே சார். So you have different type of configuration basically, DOC, DPF. This is for off-road we normally use, and this is nothing but diesel exhaust fluid. We use DOC, DPF. In the case of tractor, we use in USA they call us DEF, which is nothing but diesel exhaust fluid. Different country will call different names. So in USA they call it DEF, and we use the SCR and the ASC. So again, this SER it's having the normal version and also the advanced version. When you're going with advanced version, you have a reduction in volume, and this is also good for higher temperature as well. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask, or you can also email me at p.arjunraj@gmail.com. I'm sure that I am very fast to some slides, but you can reach out to me. If you have any questions, you can ask.